All right, we welcome rookie Eli Etzel of the Buffalo Giants back in for questions into the press room. Let's open it up to these questions. Go over to the back side there with Mike too. Eli, with your former teammate for a little while, Andy Hartung, being shipped over to the Orioles, I just want to know what your relationship with Andy was.
Me and Andy, I don't know, I respect the guy outside of football. He would get on my nerves talking about my sports teams when he has his own problems. But I don't know, like, with football, he seemed like a good teammate, but recently he thought he was better than Jordan Johnson by saying he needed a no-trade clause in his contract, while our general manager said everyone had to take it out of their contract. But he insisted on having it, saying he was bigger than the team. So I look at it as a positive direction we're heading by cutting the spare baggage and the diva status he brought to the Giants.
Yes. Eli, do you feel that the Giants got enough in return for Andy? $6 of cap space. Do you think that's pretty significant?
I was hoping we could got a player like maybe Garrett or Jason back, but there's rumors Garrett wants out of Montrose. Jason seems pretty steadfast there. I was hoping we'd get another player because both those guys are better than Andy, so I was hoping we could improve our team. But I think we got a good chance of winning with no matter who's on our team because we got two great players in Zach and Jordan.
Right side?
Yes, Eli, with the departure of Andy Hartung, it's been known that you are going to have to step in and fill that third role. Your manager, Jordan Johnson, has made that clear that you will be stepping in and filling his shoes. Are you up for this task? And do you think your team might have to go out and get another player to fill that role?
I would say, I would like them to maybe get maybe a Garrett or a kid from out of town, but I would hope, I know my team has confidence in me. I just think at the beginning it might be a little slow start, but I think by the end of the year I might be able to do good enough where if I was in year 2 right now, I'm going to feel the pressure of them hopefully going out to get someone just to help back me up a little bit, but I feel like I can step up at points, and no matter who's on the team, I think we're still better than the Orioles.
Front and center there. Eli, can you just take us through kind of what was going on at Giants camp with Andy? You know, the reasons that he wanted to leave. He was kind of public with that. He wanted to leave. Did you see anything there that happened? What was the cause for this trade? And can you just take us through maybe the last week?
I would have to say everything was good, then when our general manager, Zach Bussman, came out with, we're going to have to take the no-trade clause out of everyone's contract. He didn't really keen to that. I mean, we knew Jordan was getting taken out of his. I mean, he just thought he was like the diva. He wanted to be a diva. He thought he was too good for us. I felt like outside of football, I don't mind him, but I think in here we saw his true colors of where he needed that center of attention, #1 player perk of being able to have a no-trade clause, and he didn't want to be on a team without that, so he got shipped to Montrose, where I guess he'll be have the same contract with the no-trade clause, and hopefully he's glad when he gets beat this season.
Let's go towards the front there. Eli, with you, if your team doesn't get a 4th player, which, it's likely they probably won't at this time, you're going to be in the lineup every day. Day in and day out, you're going to be in that lineup. Do you feel that you are capable to produce, and help the team, or, maybe the team will struggle scoring runs, with your little experience? Or are you improving steadily?
I was prepared to be in the everyday lineup since about last October when manager Jordan Johnson gave me the nod, since Brandon hasn't woken up yet and decided to come out to practice. So I've been preparing like that even since we had Andy. Maybe I'll feel a little more pressure now because an okay hitter like him isn't on the team anymore. But if I go by the end of the season, is to be a good as hitter as he was, or hopefully better.
Now, with Andy being gone, does this improve the Orioles drastically? And also I kind of wanted to tie in the Maple Grove Jays into this. It would seem that the Orioles improved a lot, and the Giants are going to be good either way with this trade. Probably didn't get any worse, I wouldn't think. Does this kind of put these two teams well ahead of the Jays, or what?
I would have to say I don't know too much about the Jays, but I think playing with the Orioles and Giants against each other and just hearing about other teams, I'd say the best two teams are probably us and the Orioles. I'd have to say the acquisition of Jason Singer is probably more important to them than Andy Hartung, because Jason is more skilled, and I would say the acquisition of Andy Hartung is blown a little out of proportion. I think he's easier. He would be easier to replace from maybe like a batting standpoint for this team, just by watching a couple games. But maybe his pitching as the number 3 would be a little hard, but we have Brandon and maybe add another piece. But I think if the Orioles lose like a Garrett Greggy, I think they'll be back to where they started with just 1.5 stars.
Okay, that concludes Eli Etzel's press conference from the press room.